As an arbiter, you are meant to stand in the gap for divine verdict. This the role of many believers, which many of us do not understand. We don't play our role very well in this capacity. And part of the reason is that a lot of people conceptually believe that there is heaven, there is hell, but somehow they don't see it as a reality. When you ask them to say yes, it's real, they will affirm it, but they don't live as if they know that it's real. Even when you tell people that the presence of God is here, I don't know what they feel. I don't know how they think. But the reality is that this kingdom is a reality. The spiritual realms are real realms. They are actually existing. They are actually existing. But many believers don't know. As a result, we don't know how to handle our affairs in that area, and it's affecting our result here on the earth. Now, the Bible says in the book of Ezekiel, and I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land. God, see, the Bible said the earth God has given to the children of men. Everything that happens on this earth will have a say. In fact, unless it goes to the extreme, God doesn't intervene. God expects us to dictate and bring the matter to Him and plead our case so that we can have victory. But many Christians are not like that. Say, I sought for an arbiter who will stand at the gap, who will represent, who will speak for, who will execute judgment. That is what God is looking for. And every believer, in fact, most believers are missing their office as priests and their office as kings. The Melchizedek order of priesthood has two phases, the priestly phase and the kingly phase. A lot of believers, they are not conscious of it. You may tell them they say they know, but they are not living in the consciousness of it, and they don't understand their distinct roles, and it's complicating matter. And a lot of Christians are having battles that have lingered, and many of their battles they are not having victory. The spiritual realm is a legal realm. You must understand that. As we progress, we'll expose more on that, and you see how it works and how it operates, so that you know how to approach that realm in order to obtain your results. Glory to Jesus Christ. Now, life is deeply spiritual, and every believer is engaged in spiritual battles, whether you know it or not. Life is spiritual. I want us to establish it. The spiritual is not reacting to what is happening to the physical realm. Rather, this physical realm is reacting to, is a reflection of what is happening in the spirit realm. Take it or you leave it. The physical, this our realm is reflecting the realm of the spirit. The realm of the spirit is not reflecting our own side. Understand that it is going to help you to live your life like you ought to live your life. So many believers struggle. They struggle unnecessarily because they approach spiritual battle casually, unaware of the legal processes of heaven. So because we don't understand, we fight our battle sensually. We use our reasoning to fight our battle, use our emotions to fight our battle. But we don't understand the legal law, the legality of these realms. They don't understand that this illegal, legal place is a place that is governed by laws and principles. And when people even say they are praying, they don't pray like they understand that they have to plead their case. And this part of what we want to deal with this moment. Not only that, in this realm, the key to victory lies in understanding and functioning effectively within the court of heaven. Matters are being decided in the realm of the spirit in the court of heaven, where it concerns believers. The court of heaven is where matters are being tabled, cases are being pleaded, then victory is being given to whosoever that is worthy of victory, and that is you. So understand this. Now, let me clear this before we progress. Who is an arbiter? An arbiter is a mediator, a judge, a negotiator empowered to settle disputes and establish peace, issues judgment, and enforces decision. This is your role as a believer. You are an arbiter. Matter should be taken to the court of heaven by you. You stand for, and when verdict is being given, you come back to this earth and enforce the verdict, enforce it with the backings of the angels. It's important you understand. To function in this realm, you have to understand your role as a priest and your role as a king. God will help us. However, you must understand that Jesus is the ultimate arbiter who died and resurrected for us. And he is the man that represents us in major before God and stand for us. So we are going to look at that properly. Now, let's look at the nature of the court of heaven. Number one, it is internal, operating outside limitations of human time and earthly jurisdiction. It's internal. It doesn't operate within the laws that governs our earth. It has its own laws. And that's what people don't understand. They use their senses to do the things of the spirit, and they wonder why they are not getting results. His judgments supersede earthly rulings and human logic. The judgment supersede earthly rulings and human logic. That's another thing you have to note. We don't understand that they impose whatever that is being decided over there are being imposed on us. Just like we have a lesser court, we have a higher court. You can appeal, and whatever they agreed at that level will be imposed on the lower, will supersede what the other court have. I don't know how they structured it, but I know you can appeal, and at that level, whatever is agreed renders the other one invalid. That is how it is in the realm of the spirit. For you to have victory in the lower court, which is the earth, and you have not gotten victory, it's a victory that is standing on no ground. And after the judgment over there, your victory can easily be overthrown. Believers should understand this, so that when you have victory and it's not coming from heavenly verdict, it's a weak victory. This is a result you achieve by human effort and can be overthrown at any time. Now, another thing you need to know, it functions based on divine laws and covenant rather than human sentiment and reason. I've said it. Divine laws and covenant is what governs it, not human sentiment, nor reason. Emotions is not applied there. It's part of it. When you go on a secondary level, we can say it applies. But on a primary level, what helps you is just the covenant and the laws presenting your case in the court of heaven. Now let's look at the divine need for arbiter. Why is there need for arbiters? Number one, heaven seeks representatives, because the earth God has given to us, and the devil is having his day right now on the earth. So whatever that is happening, God needs arbiters to represent the earth, to represent mankind. Now, the Bible made it understand in the book of Ezekiel 22:30. When you read it, you understand what I'm saying. God looks for those who will intervene in times of judgment and crisis. Whatever that is happening here on the earth, God is looking for those that will intervene, those that will take care of it, those that will come out and fight the battle, legally speaking. Another one is that earth groans for arbiters. Romans 8:19. Creation waits for the manifestation of sons who will execute divine justice. That's the nations are waiting. Men have been groaning. We are the one that will challenge the appeals of the enemy and overthrow whatever the devil is doing. There is need for sons now, for arbiters now more than ever. No, look at Abraham. Abraham interceded for Sodom. They were about to be destroyed. Imagine if he was not there as an arbiter. Sodom and Gomorrah would have been wiped out without Lot and the family coming out. All of them would have been wiped away. And, I would say he did not plead his case properly. I don't know how to put it, so I don't understand. Because he told God, what if you find the righteous, this number of righteous people in that place, will you destroy it? And God said no, and that he stepped down. But he would have come on the basis of mercy and grace. He would have pleaded mercy and grace, but he did not plead it. So we are coming to that. He pleaded for Sodom and Gomorrah, and God heard him, and then saved Lot and the family. Then we see Moses standing in the gap for Israel. He prayed for Israel. He obtained divine verdict, and he went to Pharaoh and told Pharaoh to let the people of God go, that their time as slaves are over, and he enforced it. Another example is Esther. She risked her life to plead for her people, an arbiter. This is what God has called us to do. This is our work here on the earth. God will help us. We'll still go deeper. These are the need why we need arbiters. God need arbiters here on the earth. The creatures are groaning, waiting for the manifestation of sons of God, which are the arbiters of God. Now, the divine tribunal who sit in judgment. Let's look at who sit in judgment, their officers and functions. Number one person in divine tribunal is the Ancient of Days, God the Father. He is the supreme judge. He is issuing perfect justice. God the Father, he is the supreme judge, an impartial God. That's one, number one. Number two is Jesus Christ, advocate and intercessor, presenting evidence of his blood for our redemption. Another person is Satan, the accuser. He is the prosecutor who continually brings charges against believers based on sin, broken covenant, and unrepented offenses. God the Father, the Son, and Satan. Another party there is the cloud of witness, the saints. Testifiers affirming God's faithfulness and covenant promises. Book of Hebrews 12:1. The sense they are testified, they are cloud of witnesses. They sense that they testify. Okay. Another one is ministering spirit. That's angels are there. Their function is they are heavenly officers executing and enforcing judgment decreed by the court after the matter have been deliberated on and the verdict have been given. Their official role is to enforce judgment, to enforce judgment. So you can see that this is a full house. Now another person there is you. You are the sixth person and the seventh person. Number one, you are standing in your capacity as the accused, or you are standing for another person. Secondly, you are standing also as an arbiter to defend yourself. These are two major roles. As you are better defending yourself, or you are defending another person, or a city, or a situation, whatever. Then another person that is here is the Holy Spirit, who is